Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, we're fucking back again. Damn. Consistency back, huh? Yeah? We're doing it again, boys? I feel like, I'm just so out of everything, which is better that way, to be fair. It's way better that way. But I don't know what's going on, what's not going on. I'm not even sure what the is happening. No reacting allowed. What do you mean? What are you guys talking about? Reacts are on the crosshairs again? Well, I don't think reacts are in the crosshairs. Well, I mean, listen, I can come in with my, what I like to think are logical, in-the-middle takes that are absolutely accurate, but we know they're going to be twisted and turned into some dog shit. Realistically speaking, okay, let me tell you what the is good. Okay, this is just unfortunately, it's not ideal, but it's just the way it's the way the world works. Unfortunately, for now. Okay, I think people need to understand a few things. Here's what I think. It's a little bit more complicated and complex than a simple black and white answer. Okay, let's go back to the music. Okay, to the copywriting of music. Okay, now you could argue that for small to mid-sized creators to listen to music, right? Maybe there is more of a value gained by the streamer than there is the label, right? Now you move to a large creator, you could argue the opposite. The label is getting millions of dollars in marketing that they, would have otherwise had to have paid for, that they're getting for free when a large creator, listens to certain songs. Now we move to Reacts, okay? Reacts works in the exact same way, okay? So I think anyone even choosing to argue that is just, they're there just to argue, because I don't think there's any argument to be had about that. Now, each creator has their own individual right to tell whoever the they want not to react to their shit, right? And then obviously you go into the transformative content, which gives them, I guess, no right from that point. But I think the biggest deal is the re-uploading of it. What is transformative content? What is not, right? I think that's where it's getting fire. And I don't think there's any fire to be given, because I think it's pretty cut and dry. I think we as creators, if we choose to react to someone else's content, obviously up until a certain size where it's beneficial for both parties, I think you leave it at that. It's just that simple. I don't think you need to go beyond that and re-upload and do that kind of stuff. But then again, it gets complicated because some channels love to post the reaction of the video they made to be reacted to. But those, I think, are specific to certain circumstances where the YouTuber makes the video about said streamer. So that would be the special circumstance where I believe the re-upload would be justified when, if someone were to make a Trainwreckstv clips of CSGO and it hits 6 million views, right? And I react to it, then at that point, I think it would be fair to upload that. But if it's just a random video, then I think it's just, at that point, that's when I think it kind of goes beyond that. Does that make any sense? I think it's pretty fucking simple, to be honest. Fabricated drama, to be honest. I'm guessing you're referring to the XQC stuff, right? I think it could have been solved a lot more civilly. The problem is I think people just love, here's the biggest issue, okay? The reason a lot of things go further than they should is because let's break content creation down to two categories, okay? There's creators who create their own content, which that can be argued into 10,000 other categories, whether you use other people's content to create your own content. Either way, you're creating content to a certain degree, no matter what you're doing, right? And then there's creators where their content is bringing others down and, making nothing into something for their content. And that has been on the rise since the beginning of time, even before there was streaming, right? That's just part of life, unfortunately. So I think everything blows up out of proportion from these creators that, listen, if you think about these creators that do this, whether it's exposed creators, whether it's, detectives, whatever the f it is. When you're in that business and you have no other content other than that, there are going to be months or weeks where it's dry. There's nothing, right? And that's not going to cut it in the content creation world, is it? If you go 2 months without a video, you may as well have just erased everything and started from scratch again. So I think sometimes they need to manufacture drama or things that may not be as big into something bigger in order to report on it, to have that content, which is what I call filler content, until something actually real and serious comes forth, right? That's literally like what it is. In this situation, I think it's pretty cut and dry and simple. I think each creator has their right to tell people not to react to it, if it's not transformative. I think the streamers who are reacting to things, including myself, need to do a better job, right? I don't know if I've re-uploaded or reacts before. Maybe I don't really go into YouTube. I'm not really that attentive there. Usually I'm good about YouTube, but if I have, it's not okay, right? I don't think, you know, like I said, outside of specific videos that like are about me, outside of that, I think if I react to, let's say, TV shows are shameless too, but you know, it, right? But I think, like, you know, if I were to watch like a Jubilee and I reacted my reaction to it, like upload my reaction to it, or, you know, whatever it is, if someone made a video about PUBG and I watched and I reacted and I uploaded my reaction to the video, right? I don't know. That's like, you could argue both ways, but personally, I wouldn't touch it. But I'm sure there's instances where my editors have uploaded shit like that, which I think is not okay. Unless there's like explicit permission. So I don't know. Just get permission from the creator. Exactly. I think it's that simple. I really think it comes down to that simple thing. What you just said, Alpha Chino or Chino, that's exactly right. Just get permission. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna re-upload fully, like of something, of you just reacting, just hey, hit the guy, be like, yo man, I reacted to this on stream. Can I re-upload this on my shit? Like, it's that simple. It really is that simple. I think people watch yours instead of theirs. It's literally a skill issue. I disagree with that, actually. I disagree with that completely, because it's easy to say that when you're outside of it, but when you're in it, listen, that's the story of my life. I'll do something the best that can be done, and someone else will come and do it 8 months later, and they'll get fucking 6.5 million views and all the credit for it, right? Or I'll say something 2 years ago, get all the hate. Someone will come up and say it a year later when it's died down and be praised the hero, right? So I can't say it's a skill issue. I think it's a mixture of multiple things that I think are out of our control. I think psychology, you know, some sociology, some, you know, the physical features, the way you come off, you know, shit like that matters. You know, your image. If one person does it that is loved, you know, and wants to be given the benefit of the doubt, people will accept it easier. You know, it'll fall on ears that want to listen. Whereas if I were to say it, or someone that isn't easily accepted or isn't as easily digestible, it might fall on deaf ears and people will find it right. So like, I don't think it's a skill issue. I think sometimes it's just a matter of, you know, popularity. And I don't think that's necessarily fair. And I think the people who have gotten the lucky trait of whatever it is, whether it's a mixture of psychological, sociology and other bullshit that, you know, gives you the traits that just gain people's instant trust, as as it may be, that's sadly life. It's never going to stop. I don't believe it. I think eventually it will. I don't think anytime soon, because this is gonna sound super pretentious, but I think the day that society all has ability to critically think and just basic common sense and logic, once everyone possesses that, I think we'll slowly move out of times where we start trusting people because of the way they look, right? I think, in my opinion, we've actually skipped a step. This is some sensitive topic shit that I think won't be understood, and it'll be twisted into some up shit. But I think we've skipped a step toward the pursuit of equality, okay? Obviously, the shit we're going through now is necessary, right? We need to get to that point of equality where we accept everyone of all color, of all, religion, ethnicity, whatever, right? But I think we've skipped an important step that gives people the base understanding to not discriminate. And that's the step of how people look, the features, right? The features are a universal thing. Everyone has the features. Doesn't matter where you're from, what color your skin is, what religion you have. The base level of features, I think everyone is either subconsciously or consciously judging people for, right? So if you have a meaner looking face, right? If you have a deeper voice, if you look a certain way versus if you look more humbling and trusting, right? These things need to go. Once those go, that's when we go to the step that we're at right now, where we start moving up to, does that make sense? Because I think that goes into it a lot. And maybe one day, someone will look back at these VODs like, damn, this motherfucker had it all. He knew it. What needs to go exactly? Well, I think first and foremost, I think including myself, all of us have insecurities. And from those insecurities, we project onto other people judgments that instantly either take away credibility or give credibility. I think that is wrong and needs to go because it has no merit. And I think that you're already starting people off on a foot that is, unequal, right? So an example, but it's a skill issue. Yeah. Okay, buddy. Can we get cases, man? Are you kidding me? My own mods are starting to say that. Zoro, you're starting to say that? Stop talking, man, and get to the cases. I gotta sleep soon. Are you kidding me? This fucking Zoro guy. Are you fucking kidding me? Shameless.
Okay. It was fucking hot. Okay, dude. Okay.